Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia and this is Oshi Budgets, where I do talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. On my channel, I talk about things like budget with me's, where I share my real paycheck numbers. I do cash envelope stuffings, some savings challenges, sinking funds, and I also give you guys debt and savings updates on my own personal financial journey. So if any of that is content you're into, do me a favor and go ahead and give today's video a big old thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, but don't forget that notification bell so you never miss the next time I post. Now, by the title of today's video, you can see we're going to be talking all about my sinking funds and how much I actually have in each one of my sinking funds currently. So if you don't know what a sinking fund is, let me just quickly explain. A sinking fund is just a savings fund to set money aside over a specific period of time for some future expenses. Now, the sole purpose of a sinking funds is to simply make sure you have enough money available when there is a large expense or some type of financial obligation that's coming up due in the future. So by contributing to these sinking funds on a regular basis, you can actually spread out the cost of those expenses over a period of time. And then it also helps you eliminate or really avoid the need to take on any additional debt or more debt if you already have it. So I did make a whole video on sinking funds and which ones I think you need to actually protect your budget, but I also created a video on how you can save for sinking funds when you actually don't make enough as well. And I'll make sure to link both of those videos in the description box below for you guys, because those are really, really great videos and really good tips if you're new to budgeting or you don't really know what sinking funds are or how even to start a sinking fund. So I'll make sure to leave that for you guys. But as I mentioned, today we are going to be talking about my specific sinking fund categories. I actually have a total of 7, I would say almost 8 sinking fund categories in my sinking funds binder. So let me go ahead and get my binder opened up. We can go through my individual sinking fund categories and see how much I have in each one. So the first sinking fund category that I do in fact have in my budget binder, as you can see, is my vacation. Now, vacation slash travel is a really common sinking funds that a lot of people will have. I have this category for sinking funds as a way to remind myself that it's okay to still enjoy life while being on a debt-free journey. So if you do have a dream vacation or a future travel in mind, setting up some kind of vacation or travel sinking fund and then just adding to it gradually over time to come up with the funds can again just help you stay out of debt. So one of the things that I really value or want to start doing more of is traveling, and so that's why I have this vacation envelope. And at this point in time, I have a total of 10, 20, 30, 40. So not a lot, as you guys can see, but what you'll notice too with all of my sinking funds, the way that I actually save for them is I just put in whatever I can afford at that time. So I don't actually put a set amount each month like some people do with their sinking funds, because I never know and I don't want to stay committed to, let's say if I said $50 per month for vacation and I only have $50, then that means my other sinking fund categories won't get any funds, and I just don't want to restrict myself that way. So I just do what I can with my sinking funds, and that's one of the things that I explain in those other videos as well. So that is my first sinking fund category, which is again for my vacations or future travel plans, and right now it's currently sitting at $40. The next sinking fund category that I have, which is a really big one, is car maintenance. Now, car maintenance is, I feel like, a great one for everyone to have if you don't have it and you own a vehicle, because at some point in time, you know you're gonna need to make some kind of repairs, whether that be like oil changes, um, your breaker light goes out, your car registration, whatever it is, you know you're gonna need to have some money to maintain your car, but you may not know how much or when you'll actually need it. And so just putting a little bit aside here and there can really help out with, not having those surprise expenses. And let me tell you, I've had one when I needed to buy 4 new tires, and it was not nice. But as you guys can see, I kind of learned from my lesson. I learned my lesson with that one, and so I did create this car maintenance sinking funds just for those purposes. So in my car maintenance sinking funds envelope, I actually have 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So $125 currently in my car maintenance envelope. I know I need to use about 75 of that to go towards my vehicle registration. I actually just spent the $25 for the inspection, but my registration is coming up in August, I believe, and so I need to take the funds out for that. Another way that I actually fund my car maintenance sinking funds is from any rollover money or extra money that I have from my gas cash envelopes. So if there's any money left in my budget from my biweekly paycheck that I didn't spend on gas, then I will just roll that over and I'll put it into my car maintenance sinking funds. So that is the second sinking fund that I actually have in my sinking funds binder. Now, moving right along to my third sinking fund, which is actually my date night. And this one is just for my husband and myself. And this is for the times that we want to go on a date night and I actually want to treat, or a date day, because I feel like that is important when you are married or in a relationship. Date nights are super important. And so with us being a family of 5 and having little kiddos as well, it's kind of hard to commit to that ever so often, but I do want to get a little bit better with that. And so because of that, I've decided to create this date night envelope. As you can see, there is nothing left in here because we have been using those funds for my husband and myself. But it is one of the sinking fund categories that I do include just as a reminder to, hey, make sure you're taking time out for your spouse as well. And so again, if you're in a relationship, just make sure that you have or include a date night sinking fund as well. Moving right along to the fourth one, as I just mentioned to you guys, I am a family of 5, and so we have 3 children, ages 11. My daughter will be 11 on the 16th, but she's 10, so 11, 10, and 3 at the moment. And as you guys know, if you have children, you know how expensive they can be, you guys. So all throughout the year, they need something, whether that be clothes, shoes, sports activities, undergarments, heck, money for the book fair so they can buy those little trinkets, even though, that's a waste of money. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, we all know that kids are an important sinking funds category to put money aside. I know me personally, what I've been using the kids sinking funds on lately is to get their uniforms for back to school, and also just getting them ready for back to school. So I do have some cash. I need to cash stuff into my sinking funds, and I'll actually make that into my next YouTube video so you guys can see how much I'm going to be cash stuffing into my sinking funds. So I'm going to be updating the amounts in these categories as well. But that is my kids sinking funds cash envelope. Like I said, self-explanatory. I just use it for whenever my kids need something. So activities, clothes, school fees, whatever it is that they need, I use that cash envelope for. Now, the next sinking fund category, and I think this is the 5th one, is my holidays cash envelope. This one, I have been putting a small amount aside each, time I do a cash envelope stuffing on my sinking funds, but holidays I feel are, you know, the times that most people typically spend the most money. And that, with holidays in mind, I would say definitely around Christmas time is when most people spend a lot of money. So imagine if you started saving for a Christmas or holiday sinking fund in January and you just started putting a little bit aside, you guys. Those small amounts actually add up at the end of the day. So don't be ashamed if you only have $5, $10 to put aside for your sinking fund categories. Trust me, it all adds up. And the goal is to just have that money ready in case there is a emergency that comes up or a future expense that you just want to pre-plan for, because that's really the main goal of these sinking funds. So let me go ahead and see if I can get this cash envelope open, and then I can tell you guys how much I have in my holiday sinking fund. So in my holiday sinking fund, I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So $45 is what I currently have in my holiday sinking fund. Like I said, Christmas is what I've used this one for. If you cook for Thanksgiving, I know I personally saved up for our Thanksgiving dinner using this sinking fund as well. Even Halloween costumes. So whatever holidays you celebrate, if you want to do Mother's Day, Father's Day just passed, any holiday that you celebrate, because you know you're going to spend some cash around that time, it's definitely a great idea to have a holiday sinking funds if you don't have one already. And then the next sinking fund that I have in my cash envelope binder or sinking funds binder is my birthday sinking funds. Now with this birthday sinking funds, it is not just for my own birthday, but I do not believe in showing up to birthday parties empty-handed. And so what I will do is I put a little money aside to be able to get family and friends birthday gifts. I'll also use this sinking fund categories to save for like my own personal birthday, my daughter's birthday, my son's birthday, like whoever's birthday it is. I'll use this birthday sinking funds to help me keep track of that. And like I said, I do use these trackers as well, just a way to try to keep up with, you know, the spending and what I'm putting in. Sometimes I forget, but for the most part, I do like to track my sinking fund spending as well, because as I mentioned to you guys, my sinking funds are always revolving. And so what that means is that I'm never gonna just have $500 aside for birthday and it's just gonna stay $500. One month I may have $500, the next month it may be $300, then it's $200, $100, whatever the case may be. It's just never a, you know, stationary amount. And the same goes for all of my other sinking funds as well. And then I do have a miscellaneous sinking funds. It used to hold my YouTube and Amazon royalty taxes, but now it's just there for, you know, any spontaneous or miscellaneous things or categories that don't fit into any of my other sinking funds. As you can see, it does have $0 in it. And so with my YouTube taxes, what I've decided to do is actually put that into my high yield savings account. And last time I checked, it had about $1,800 in that sinking fund high yield savings account. So you guys remember that sinking funds are just all about planning ahead, really, and just you know, consistently contributing to your sinking funds. You can really achieve your financial goals without, you know, having to resort to debt or any type of like financial stress that may come up, because these future expenses, they're gonna come up and we know that, you know, they're there. So it's better to be safe than sorry. But that is, you know, what's in my sinking funds binder and my 7/8 sinking fund categories. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, you guys, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know how many sinking funds you guys have. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.